Shalom, Yashrala. This is your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So real quick, I want to jump into this here quick little lesson, which is dealing with, shame starting to cover Esau for all his atrocities, his wickedness, and him being revealed as the damn devil, right? But nevertheless, real quick, I just want to start out real quick with this here article, which this has been happening over and over and over again. It's just being filmed more and more, all right? And this is also tying into the same thing. They want to project the fact that they're so holy, they're all righteous, and this and that, they're not racist. But you see over and over and over again that these Karens are coming out trying to use, their police phone calls and their voices as a murdering weapon against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? And we all know what's going on with this police force and whatnot, and as we see how they're violently oppressing Jake out here, man. And as you can see here, I'm going to play this little quick video clip, but basically you have a police officer just driving through a crowd of people, man, all right? But nevertheless, here's this video. We're going to jump into some scriptures real quick. All right, as you can see, Esau just straight up on some nigga shit right here, man. All right, because they would tell you in a scenario like this, hey, it was how you reacted to these things, The police will come up on you, start harass you, whatever, whatnot, just like in these last couple cases. Old boy was drunk, asleep in the car. They came up harassing him, whatever, whatnot, and then his reaction to it. And you're like, well, he shouldn't have reacted like that, man. He should have been, more of an adult and, so on and so forth, know how to evaluate the situation. Well, these are police officers that's trained to be in, every time they come on a call, it's pretty much a hectic situation, But they was surrounded by people in a police car, but they was in the car, so they was pretty much safe on the inside. All right, they had multiple ways of being able to get up out of there without all that. They could have called for backup. They could have got it on the loudspeaker, told the protesters to back up, so on and so forth, But no, look how they try to use their vehicle as deadly force against these protesters. Again, unarmed. They're in the car, you're in the car and they're on foot, man. All right, so how much harm could they have done to you versus how much you could have done to them? All right, and plus you armed inside that car, and you can call backup that's armed as well too. But yet and still people want to, uphold these Edomites as if there's some kind of, saint or something like that, right? But nevertheless, as we coming through these here days, the Most High is revealing a lot of things, and it's really the wickedness of this damn devil. In fact, let me start here first real quick. This Obadiah 1:6, it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right, because ultimately these things are the same things that's been going on for basically since we got here, man. All right, because in the beginning of the time, it was illegal for Jake to testify in court against a so-called white man. All right, so basically, you could have had these scenarios like you had these barbecue Beckys and these parking lot Karens or whatnot, parking lot Patties and these Karens call the police, and they don't have to have any kind of evidence like the lady you've seen in the dog park. All right, oh, there's some black man assaulting me, this and that, so on and so forth. You don't have to have any real evidence, but nevertheless, hey, they come out and they try to, wield their sword down on you, all right? But now these things are being made revealed, with these body cams. Everybody's walking around with these cell phones, all right? Their own tongue is coming out as a snare against them. All these different things are exposing them, all right? But nevertheless, even more, let me go back to that real quick to answer this question, all right? Obadiah 1:6 again, it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And ultimately, this here vibration was pushed out first and foremost through the prophets of the men of the Lord, or the prophets of the Most High, the men of the Lord. All right, so this is 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right, and so this is how the damn devil, all right, is the son of perdition is being revealed, all right, through the mouths of the prophets, man. We've been on the highways and the byways, and we've been proclaiming the wickedness of the so-called white man. All right, a lot of our people used to hate us because, years ago, we still out on the highways and the byways, but years ago, we used to be out there with the same signs we out there with today. With on the back of our 12 tribe sign, you have the slave ships and like a diagram of how slaves would be tight packed on those ships. All right, and, a lot of the times that would be the bait. We draw Jake in, ask them about their nationality, and if, they might say they don't know, like, well, were your forefathers a part of this here slave trade? Were they brought over here on slave ships like this, and they would get offended at those signs, or when we have pictures of Jake being chained to trees and set on fire and mutilated and whipped and all kind of things, hung from trees. Jake would get offended at those signs, and like, oh, why you guys keep perpetuating this here? Hey, why you guys keep perpetuating this, But now people are looking at these signs with a different view or whatever, whatnot, instead of thinking that we're showing hate or whatever, whatnot, perpetuating the same thing. They're saying, you know what, this is right. This is the same thing that's going on to our children in these days. Like we have a picture of Emmett Till up there, and if you understand the story about that, he wasn't convicted, but basically, he was accused of flirting or whistling at a so-called white woman. All right, which that was a false accusation that she on her deathbed revealed that was all a lie. But nevertheless, they took this boy and mutilated him and maimed him and ultimately killed him. But nevertheless, that's the same thing that's going on today with these Karens. It's the same thing. Amanda Geiger case where she rolled up into the wrong apartment and shot Jake, and he was on his own couch in his own apartment eating ice cream. But yet they fabricate a story or whatever, whatnot, But these are the same things. But nevertheless, this here vibration is being pushed out on the four corners of the earth, first and foremost, through the men of the Lord, man. All right? Verse 8 again, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And a prime example is as Candace Owens, in the situation with the George Floyd. She wants to go into his history and talking about how, this is a career criminal. He's such a bad guy, so on and so forth, and this and that, because he had a charge where I think he held like a gun to a pregnant woman's belly, and I think that was the one big charge or whatever, whatnot. But again, I'm not saying you should be doing any of those things, but you never know what the whole circumstance is. You just taking it out of the context, Maybe like just for some weird odd scenario, you never know. This here woman could have had a gun to his child's head. So hey, any story could play out any type of way. Again, not trying to take up for him or anything in that case, but a lot of the other cases that she brought out, trying to make this guy look like some kind of goddamn cocaine dealer. Like, well, you said he was arrested this year and that year, this year. Most of the times he was arrested with like a gram of cocaine. Now, I'm not professional in no cocaine or nothing like that, but I'm pretty sure that you ain't no big drug dealer if you only got 1 gram of cocaine. You see what I'm saying? That sounds like some personal usage shit to me then. You know what I'm saying? Somebody getting caught with a little bit of weed. Oh, he got caught with a joint. Well, if he got caught with a joint, it's not like he got caught with 10 pounds of weed. If you got caught with 10 pounds of weed, sound like you probably selling some weed over there. You know what I'm saying? But, they try to paint these pictures, So what? They believe this lie, this delusion. Oh, well, they're all criminals, this and that. But then again, you don't go and look into the history of the person who wound up killing him. His background was way more extensive. And then if you look at it at this side, George Floyd was, let's just say he was a so-called criminal. He didn't sign up and take an oath to say he was going to be a good guy in society. But on the other end, the cop did. He swore that he was going to take an oath to uphold the laws and enforce them. But yet and still, he was a criminal with a badge, But nevertheless, hey, if you want to believe these lies, the Most High will give you over to these things, and then you'll be another one of these statistics trying to figure out how this happened to you. I wore my pants up. I don't have any tattoos. I speak proper. I support all the white people, but you don't understand these things, The evilness of this so-called white man is coming out on all sides, and if, you want to keep believing in these lies, then the Most High going to give you those blinders. You're not going to see the damn devil right there in your face, man. All right, so let me continue on with this here lesson. We're going to go over to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 10, I believe it is. It says, I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. All right, so again, going into these things, first of all, this vibration that the men of the Lord has been pushing out has starting to open up a lot of the eyes to these people, so they start asking certain questions. And, a lot of these so-called smart, dumb people, these fake woke people, whatever, whatnot, say, hey, I actually hear them, pushing out certain things that would make a certain person, people start to think certain types of ways, well, what about this? What about that? What about your forefathers? And like, for instance, Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club and, the stuff that they be talking about, they be all off and promoting, a lot of the Edomite agenda. But, the fact of the matter, he keep pushing out, yeah, they got to atone for the original sin, which was slavery. They pushing out that note, whereas years before this, that vibration wasn't out. People would always like, oh, forget about slavery. Why you guys always want to bring up slavery? But now this is something that's at the forefront. Now they talking about slavery and that we were put in slavery, and these Edomites did that. Y'all got to take down these slave master statues and get rid of all that. And y'all got to pay up reparations. Y'all owe us, and so on and so forth. So this here vibration is going out because of why? The men of the Lord has been pushing out this here vibration, and it's exposing Esau. He's not able to hide himself no more. So now his true spirit is coming out. Every time that, these Edomites, because they're very deceitful, they could just be like, oh, I'm screaming, I'm help, I need some problems. And the naked eye would just take that, that deception is, face value. But nowadays they're like, we know Karen over there being a Karen. or whatever. What? Look at this stupid bitch. Whatever's going on. You know, it's being made plain, man. Are you being revealed? So it says, I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. And what are some of his secret places? His deception, man. All right, that they're all, always trying to help the poor and trying to do this. Like, for instance, in Haiti, we're going over there with our missionaries trying to help to feed the poor and the children over there. When now it's coming out that y'all was over there snatching up them little kids and putting them into your sex rings and eating them children, man. All right, so you can't hide yourself. Now, everybody know you all pedophiles and stuff like that, man. All right, so it says, I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So, hey, a lot of these Karens, and I don't know what the title is for the males, you know what I'm saying? They just still out there being them. But nowadays, you're having Jake pulling out their cell phones now, instead of cowering down and just, all right, you got it, and trying to, be carnal with them and fight them and whatever, whatnot. Now, Jake's just pulling out their cell phones and uploading them to the internet, and guess what? The Most High is putting gas on that and lighting that bitch up, and it's going viral, man. All right, and so now these people are starting to lose their jobs. They're losing their place in society. They're becoming world famous, or infamous to where they can't go nowhere no more. They can't hide themselves. They can't go get a regular job no more. They can't, be with their wives or their husbands no more because of the shame that's covering them, man. All right, because of the wickedness of who they are. Even their own children are coming out against them, man. You're having this new younger generation that's cussing their parents out for their racism and the things that they're doing. And their own kids are putting them on the internet and like, this is my parents and this is how racist they are and this is how they think. This is where they work. This is their address. You should blow them up and so on and so forth, man. Hey, the Most High is exposing you damn Edomites left and right, man, of your true devilish nature, man. You are the wicked that the Bible speak about, man. All right? Hey, this is your end. Verse 11. It says, leave thy fatherless children, I will, Salat. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. Salaki, that's going into, something different. But nevertheless, ultimately, these damn Edomites going to be, well, let me read verse 12. Give you a perception. It says, for thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. All right, so nevertheless, let me read verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. And that's what you're seeing going on with America right now. People are cutting trade deals. They're trying to get away from America. They don't want to be associated with these Edomites no more. You have a lot of Edomites cursing out other Edomites, man. I heard on the radio today about how this one so-called white woman called into the radio, and she was just riding on these Edomites, talking about how nasty they were and how bad their skin was. Like, how do you talk trash about black people? So on and so forth. And you got to go get a tan just to look like black people. But when you go get a tan, your skin look like all crusted over leather and this and that. And it's just horrible. You're just nasty people. The people at the radio are like, we got a question. Are you a white woman? It's like, yeah, I'm a white woman. But I love black people. Fuck that. I don't like these nasty ass white people. Like, see, hey, man, you can't even hide yourself no more, man. Your own people are coming out against you, man. All right. So the Most High is making you bear for the things, not only the things that you've done, but just your evil ways, man. This is Isaiah 14. I'm going to read verse 16, 17. Verse 16, Isaiah 14 and 16, and it says, they that shall see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, and opened not the house of his prisoners? And that's the sentiment that people are coming in right now, man. You see a lot of these people now that are coming out, before it was all military pride and go America, America first. But now they're coming out like, yo, America's like the number one state sponsor of terrorists, man. The global genocide agent on the planet Earth, man. You the one killing everybody on the planet Earth. You the one bombing the whole planet Earth from here to back, man. You the one that's destroying the whole Earth, man, polluting the whole Earth, man. You the one that's doing all these things, man. It's not these other countries. Yeah, China is a major pollutant on the planet Earth, but who's giving them the gas to pollute all the Earth, man? It's America, man. It's all being driven from them. All right, and who opened up the house of their prisoners? Who's the one that still got these slave statues up and still holding up these slave laws and still acting as if they got, slavery is still, well and alive here in America, man? Who's still talking about slavery and atoning for that, like Charlemagne said, the original sin of slavery here, man? This is the sentiment that these other nations are having against you Edomites right now, especially here in America, man. All right, you're being made bare, man. Shame is covering you from left to the right, man. You can't even be proud. It's damn near a proverb in the, hey, them curses coming on you. It's a proverb in the Bible to be an Edomite now, or a so-called white man now, man. That's like calling somebody a derogatory name now, calling them a so-called white man now. Matter of fact, you might be able to get arrested for a hate crime for that, calling somebody a so-called white man now. All right. So let me go from there real quick. I didn't want to make this too long. Ezekiel 35 and 5, it says, Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, at the time of their calamity and the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will pursue thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains in it with the slain men, and his hills and his valleys, and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain by the sword. And I will make thee a perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and you shall know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries are mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahweh was there. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, I will do even according to thy anger, according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given to us to consume. Thus with your mouth have you boasted against me, and multiplied your words against me, and I have heard them. All right, so going into that, man, all right, because you had, pretty much swallowed Jacob on all sides, once they was down, you even robbed, you kicked them while they was down, man. You swallowed them up on every side, man. Then you sat there and you blasphemed and you boasted against them. Oh, these people are the bottom of the bottom. These niggas ain't shit but savages. We the real gods. And so these are the real niggas. They the real cancer of the earth. They're the ones that's spoiling and destroying the whole earth. They put all these things on us when it's really them at the end all be all, man. Not only that, not only did they look down upon us, they made everybody else believe these things about us as well too, man. Well, we're the only ones that's actually blessing the earth, man. Because of us, the whole earth is blessed, man. We the ones that's providing for everything on the earth, man. We're the ones giving the life to this earth and building everything up while Esau's tearing everything down, man. All right, when Esau goes through and destroys forests and destroys cities with his bombs, who do you think he goes in the contract to build everything back up, man? Just go through any developing neighborhood, any construction site or anything else like that. You see Jake down there building everything back up. But when you see them bombs dropping and them poisons and them bacterias and those chemicals and all those things being spread throughout the earth, who do you see? Who's the face of that, man? That's Esau, man. All right, so now the whole world is being made known to these things that Esau's been doing, man. All right. So let me go back and we can close out to this right here. Jeremiah 49:10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. And so, hey, it's a hard time right now. It's hard out here being an Edomite. You know how they say it's hard out here for a pimp? It's hard out here for an Edomite right now because hey, man, because part of your blessing was being the devil, which means the deceiver. So you was deceiving everybody. Like the scripture say, even Satan has transferred himself into roughly paraphrasing, the angel of light, more or less to say. So he's transformed himself into the agent, the righteous so-called agent instead of the agent of wickedness, man. But now he's being revealed, that mask is being cut off, and everybody's seeing him for who he really is, man. Just like how they seen us for who we really are. Like, wait a minute, these people ain't just savages. These people ain't just the problem. These people are the ones being oppressed the whole time. And y'all the ones being their oppressor the whole time, man. So guess what? Esau's being made bare, and he's not able to hide himself no more, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying into the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.